people with the psychopathy checklist, I will often take something out of my pocket and put it on the table, and I'll say, this is the most important thing for you right now. This is what you want the most. And I'll put it on the table, and the offender will be sitting over next to me, and we're doing this assessment, and I'll say, now, how are you going to get that? And with the psychopath, typically I will see the person sit back, and we call that duping delight. They look like, this is a little game. I'm gonna take you on this game. They're very competitive. They'll say, well, I'll ask you if I can have it. And I'll say, no, you can't have it. Well, I'll try to buy it off you, and I'll pick it up at that point, because I know they're going to grab it off the table if I don't. And I'll say, it's not for sale. And then I see that smirk again, and it's like, I'll get it. Well, how would you get it? And most of the time, I'm assessing them, so they're smart enough to not tell me how they would get it, but they just look at me and say, I'll get it.
Responsibility? What's that? It's actually funny to watch when people cry. All you need is to smile at them, and they'll think that you're the nicest person in the world. You're so cold and analytical, and they don't even have a clue. They can never guess what's going on inside your head. You can do anything you want.
What happens in an organization is that the psychopath can mimic the high potential employee, and so they hide amongst this group of individuals. High performers in organizations tend to get more resources, they get more training, they get bigger projects, bigger budgets, more staff, all the trappings of corporate power, which is exactly what the psychopath, who's a parasitic predator, is looking for. And it is unfortunate for the organization on the whole that the psychopath can do this. What happens in that small group is that the psychopath realizes that all of the other high potentials are rivals or potential rivals, and begins to take them out through manipulation, lying, backbiting, all of those kinds of behind-the-scenes activity. The organization then begins to lose this cadre of high-potential performers. They either leave of their own volition, or they're set up and they're fired, or they're sent to another division where they're out of the way. And then the psychopath has taken control. So yes, they do have an advantage because of their personality. And it really is up to the organization to set up some control mechanisms, some monitoring mechanisms, to be able to differentiate the true high performer from those who only look like that.
Fundamental mistake that most people make, and this includes not only the general public, but people like law enforcement officers who are trying to interrogate somebody, is the belief, the feeling that everybody else thinks and feels the way we do. That if there's an emotional event, say, look at that, doesn't that just rip your heart out? And you expect everybody to get the same reaction. But the psychopath is looking at it, and for him it's a non-emotional event. When a psychopath is expressing an emotion, is it the Stanislavski method of acting? Is he actually feeling it, and he's able to project what's inside outside? And the answer is probably not. They're using facial expressions and hand movements, body language, that seems appropriate to an underlying emotional state, but is fake.
As you grow older, then here are these psychopaths, political, religious, organizational, industrial, who put on the same mask and say, follow me. And you say, okay, without thinking why, where, when, and how.
You cannot determine to what extent somebody might be psychopathic simply by looking at them. Even talking with this person for 5, 10, or 15, or 20 minutes. Sometimes it may even take 6 months or a year. And the problem is that we continue, as a species, we're sort of programmed to do this, we continue to evaluate people the way they appear to us.
Being moral actually pays up.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
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 Depending on the situation.
It's as contagious as anything that would be bad, too. So I think the more we all do that, the more we spread it around.
Everybody has the power to do so. It starts on me and passes it on to others.
The reason why morality pays off is because we have an influence on the decisions of people around us. When they copy our moral behavior, then this is going to spread through the network, and it also has this tendency to ripple out and bounce back towards us. We surround ourselves with people who are doing good by doing good ourselves. And when we live in that kind of environment, I can't help but think that this is the way that we succeed, that we survive, that we reproduce these ideas, and we create a better future for ourselves.